Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of Pigskin Pirates. Tonight I'm going solo. Due to scheduling conflicts, if it's been harder to get Colin, Sawyer, and I together, and we wanted to finish up the SEC season. I still plan to meet with them. There's a few teams I'm saving just for them to go through, but we have 8 teams left, so I wanted to kind of get started. First team I want to go over is the Arkansas Razorbacks, and I'll be frank, I think this is going to be one of the likely, maybe Kentucky will be worse, but they'll probably be the worst team in the SEC this year. That being said, they still have some players. They still have some talent. They're not a team that you can take lightly. And as they go through the season, they'll have several different opponents that they might make some noise with, as you'll see. But I think just like Kentucky and Mississippi State, two other teams that won't be doing solo, I'm gonna call them the bowlless team. I think all three of them. Mississippi State has an okay shot, but I think Arkansas and Kentucky definitely are likely going to have a losing season, not going bowling. Of course, they have a new head coach. They hired Ryan Silverfield out of Memphis, and he's going. But they returned some key players, specifically at quarterback. They bring back KJ Jackson and AJ Hill, so they should be competitive on offense. He's an offensive focused coach, so I expect them to throw the ball around a lot, maybe run the ball. They'll try to be more aggressive offensively, probably less so defensively. So kind of maybe playing a little bit off of how they were last year. Their schedule is considered the most difficult schedule right now in the NCAA. Now we've not, as people point out, we've not even played a game yet. So this is all based on projections on how good these teams are going to be on their schedule. But anybody can look at this and say they have a brutal schedule. They'll start out, they'll beat North Alabama. They'll travel to Utah. I don't see Arkansas winning that game. I mean, maybe they might get lucky, but it will be a good measuring stick to see where they're at as a team. But I don't see them beating Utah. I don't even think it'll be that close, to be frank. Georgia, I mean, maybe you could call it a trap, but I don't see that one either. I think Georgia will go into Fayetteville and win easily. Then they get Tulsa. I think they'll win that game, but that's tricky. And that game's actually kind of tricky for them. Then they travel to Texas A&M. I don't see them winning that one, even though it's a rivalry game. Tennessee, that's one of the better shots to win a game. Tennessee seems to, for whatever reason, struggle at Arkansas. I'm a Tennessee fan. I know this. Last time I went there, they lost. I think Tennessee gets them this year, but we will see. This will be a tough one, but they have a shot at winning this one. At Vanderbilt, they have a shot. I think Vanderbilt's going to be a better team than them, but they'd have a shot winning there. Missouri, I think they can win that one. So that this 3-game stretch right here, none of them necessarily are guaranteed wins. In fact, I doubt Arkansas's the favorite in any of them. But that's a little more manageable than what you've seen than the Georgia, the Texas A&M. They get Missouri. I just mentioned Missouri. At Auburn, this could be an interesting game. It could be a little bit of offensive shootout. I'm going to lean Auburn just because it's at Auburn. I think Auburn will end up winning that. South Carolina's they're losing receivers fast. This team, they're suffering some major injuries, but I still think South Carolina is good enough to win at Arkansas. That could be a trap game for South Carolina, especially if they're not having a good season. That might be a game that Arkansas could pick up. At Texas, no. At LSU, no. LSU, I guess Sawyer said it's a rivalry game, so it is when he did the LSU. So yeah, maybe it's gonna be tricky. I still think LSU wins this one. So I had Arkansas winning, I think 3 games. North Alabama, Tulsa. Hadn't beaten Missouri. I figured between Missouri and Tennessee, and maybe South Carolina. Those 3, best case scenario, maybe they get 5 wins, and then if they can win at Vanderbilt, they can get 6. But yeah, they'd almost have to be perfect. Tennessee, Vanderbilt, Missouri, and South Carolina, or Auburn. That's 5 games they might can win, and not trip up Tulsa. But it's very unlikely. I'm not a big fan of the new coach Ryan Silverfield. Poor Arkansas. I think they got players, they got a large fan base, they got the fan support. They just have not had a whole lot of success in football. Arkansas has not had a lot of luck in the modern era. I think that their bad luck will continue with Ryan Silverfield. I'm not a big fan of them. I think they will struggle to get wins. I really think they should. I don't know. Maybe they could for political reasons, but Bobby Petrino, I think they should have found a way to make that work out. I think he could have done some big things there, but who knows? Ryan Silverfield could hit magic there. I don't like this schedule. I don't like this team. I think they're going to really struggle, but with a first year coach. But we'll see. That's what you never know at the preseason. So yeah, and that's of course my 2026 art. That's the 2026 Arkansas prediction. Like I said, I think this is probably a team that's hovering near the bottom of the SEC, struggling once again, and likely not even going to bowl season. So that's kind of where they'll be at. Next, we'll jump over to Mississippi State.